All right. All right. Do it. I is now live. Hello. Hello. How we doing? Hope everybody's having a good day. There we are. So I can now also see what others see, what all you are seeing. You know, camera's here, but I have the thing right here, and it's like I'm looking at myself, and I'm like, ugh. So anyways, eyes work. Hold on, is the eyes working? Yeah, the eyes are working. They're just not as expressive. Kind of just subtle expressions and stuff. I'll go ahead and rotate you. So, this week and last week were kind of like, holy shit, what the fucks for me. Because all of last week I was sick. All of this week, essentially, I've been trying to, you know, get myself, you know, like, recover from the ick that I had. And it was so bad that, like, I woke up and I was like, yeah, I can't go to work like this, because it was, so, like, I had swollen glands all up in my neck and stuff. My eyes were crusting shut. They were inflamed and irritated. And couldn't really like breathe. I had trouble breathing and swallowing. And I was just dizzy. I had no energy. It was just bad. I need to lower my volume. There we go. Better. But yeah, and then on top of that, I had to deal with going to the doctors to you know, get the finger splinted and properly set, and all that. And so now, a week later, this week, I've had quite a few wins this week. You know, so all the you know, to compensate for all the bullshit that I had to deal with last week. So like, excuse me. Boing boing. But trying to collect my thoughts here. So I figured out how to handle the new kid that we have. He's still he's the biter. He's the one that likes to pinch and bite and kick, and like he has like a hair trigger for his when it comes to his stability. Like he can occasionally stim himself into a fit, and then it's our job to, you know, calm him down and stuff. And I've learned quite a few things. First off, I learned that you know, tickling is the best weapon against him. Is one of the best weapons against him. Because you can't be angry if you're giggling like a little schoolgirl, and he's got dimples and stuff, and he's so cute. And I turn that what I essentially do is I turn his aggression towards me, and then I redirect his aggression and turn it from anger and frustration into chaotic, funny humor, where I will do stuff like tickle him. I'll grab a pillow and bop him on the head with it. He likes that for some reason, and his Biata basically figured that one out. We've only had one situation this week where he was inconsolable, and so the only way we could console him was, or not console him, the only way we could deal with him was by, restraining him, and that's something that we typically don't want to do or don't like doing in that job. Hi, Wooly. And so I would take his legs. The other coworker would take his arms, and we'd basically pin him to the ground like he's a frog ready to be dissected. And we hold him there until he decides to calm down. And it's not fun. That's not fun to do that. It's like the last resort thing, and when not even his favorite activity was going to cool him down, then we had it. The hold's gonna happen. I am doing good, Wooly. I'm doing good. Better than last week for sure, and I've definitely got my energy back since last week. I barely could stream because I just didn't have the energy. I even didn't stream War Robots, and that's kind of sad because that's really easy to stream, but I just didn't have the time and energy. I was so exhausted that weekend. I was just like not in the mood to do any of it. So, but don't worry. This week I will. But this Monday I will be streaming War Robots. I am going to try and figure out what I want to do with my Fury, my Butch. I've already figured out what I'm doing with the Erebus. And it's a nice swap out for the what's it called? The Trebuchet Strix, which, while the Trebuchet Strix is really, really strong, it hits really, really hard. The problem is that setting up for it and then target selection. There's not a whole lot of targets that I can really do anything against. And in order for that build to really shine, I need the Frederick. I absolutely need the Frederick build. Or, the thing that, like, double, essentially, after fully being constructed, with 2 damage enforced systems and all that stuff, and the next thing you know, just nuke them. Just one shot, a fucking Titan kind of shit. So, hey John, how we doing? But yeah, I'm gonna address my Butch and my Butch, my Behemoths, my what are they called? My Fury, and I'm going to basically get them all up to speed. I may have to swap on and off weapons and drones and equipment because that shit's tight. I have enough really good stuff to field one drop deck, and then everything else is kind of just hanging there. And that's the downside in the situation I'm in when it comes to War Robots, is that I have 4 hangars, but only one of them is fully kitted. can't really brawl anymore because everything insta kills you. The meta is absolutely hot garbage because there's no I miss when entire like fights between you and another mech or another robot took entire minutes to complete when you had the proper drones and shit. In War Robot, oh no, I'm actually doing pretty good. I'm actually going up in rank after I started not giving a shit about my rank. Right now I essentially realized that I have a flex spot in my drop deck, so I'm trying to figure out what to put there, and then I need to figure out what am I going to do for the other drop decks, because I still need to have something for a little bit of something for everything. And then like I have a Loki, and I have a Loki. I have a Kaji. I want to get a Ravager. I really want to get a Ravager. And then just load that shit with some lethal, like, one-shot combo that is just absolutely disgusting. Yeah, I've almost broken 5,200. And then, as long as I maintain top three on my team, then I'm gonna get some points, even if I lose. So, definitely not doing any carrying though, because snipers don't apparently do a whole lot of damage, even though you're like wiping out targets really quickly, but you're not like duking it out with somebody, and that's kind of sucks, because like wiping out like the one half of a mech's health in a single shot is like it just makes me giggle a little bit. And then all of a sudden they just realize, when they start getting shot and they realize, oh, I'm fucked, and then they get deleted. Especially when you have a Baglior that is killing Titans, and I've gotten good enough to where I can, depending on the map, I can out-trade a Berseglier. A fucking Berseglier. That thing is literally designed to carry 3 Vindicators and snipe you to death. That's why you love shields and armor. Well, you're gonna absolutely fucking hate this meta, because everybody is using shield breaker and all that stuff. All the robots in my drop deck have a built-in shield breaker. So, with the exception of the Baglior, but the Baglior, I forwent some method of shield breaking or built-in shield breaking, because the pilot's really good, because the pilot, you teleport and you heal, so it's like, yeah, I'll give up stealth for that, or not stealth, or anti-stealth for that. Plus, I gave it the seeker drone. So when a stealth bot gets close, I'm gonna fuck him. I'm just gonna fuck him. Absolutely, just blip, and then you're done, and then just move on. Makes sense. Glad you're having fun still. Personally, I am glad I dropped the game. Yeah, no, I get that. Absolutely get that. It is not an easy game to get into. Playing it for free sucks ass, because the grind is insane. I mean, like, oh yeah, and then of course, and when it comes to that, I have to be, yeah, you were free to play. Yeah, I was free to play for a while, and then I, tossed a few bucks here and there to get where I wanted, because the game started dropping. At the time, the game started dropping. What was it called? Ardent Behemoths. Now I have 5 Ardent Behemoths that I've maxed out. So yeah. speaking of, so that's essentially, but that is essentially where I'm at, or I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with the thing. Wooly, haven't seen you for decades. Hello, Lynx. How we doing? So, yeah. And I'm trying to, I'm building, I'm essentially set our workshop to just build fluxes, and I'm just gonna just level up fluxes. Though, if I find that Berseglier that has 4 fluxes, I'm gonna probably snatch it up. Yeah, I'm probably gonna snatch that up, or the crisis with the 4 hells, because while the hells are while the crisis is not really good for the hells, the hells are pretty good for like behemoths and or mid range Berseglier, or not Bersegliers, or Bagliors. No, War Robots is always Monday. Though I may consider doing shifting some things around and stuff, but I'm still kind of like trying to feel some stuff out here with the new schedule and stuff. And plus, I was sick. So War Robots is always Monday though. I have not yet. I don't know how I would even approach that. Absolutely would not know how to approach that. From most part, all I know is that it's in big screen. Your headset becomes a big screen. If they flesh that out into a full game, you would play it again. Yeah, totally. It'd be cool to, like, you'd actually have to, like, one controller controls the body, and the other controller, would control the, or your head would control the, or the head would, or the other controller would control the turret, and, oh, it does? Alright, just wondering. It isn't big screen. All right, you know what? I'm gonna have to like try this at some point. If I get motivated enough, I'm probably gonna have to try this at some point. So, so I have started working on trying to hire people for the game development company. I don't know really how I'm going to be able to reach out to people, but I gotta. Oh, it's immersive. Damn, I really need to hold on. Are you sure it's not War Robots Frontiers? Which, by the way, I have not gotten to try that yet, and I know that the biggest thing you can get right now is a. But honestly, at this point, they'd have to compete with Iron Legion. Maybe it's been forever. Yeah, I've heard of Iron Legion. That's probably that's another interesting one. I do believe the same people make Crossout, because for some reason, whenever I play War Robots and stuff, I get not only War Robots, but I get Crossout popping up. Iron Legion is really good. $15 well spent. I'll have to take a look. I have to take a look. Stretchy, cracking back. I wouldn't know why. I'm more 5. Hasn't been live recently. Ah. I don't know who that is. But yeah. So, as I was saying though, I wanted to switch topics real quick. I'm trying to now put out an ad for the game development company, the CHS, Corrupted Hard Drive Studios. So that way I can get people who are interested in game development to actually come together, make a game, make a company, and then profit off of the game, and start making actual money with the game development. So so if anybody here who's watching has interest in game development, oh, you're speaking to, okay. But anyways, if anybody's interested in the area of game development, please feel free to shoot me a message, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. But yeah, I have started my slow withdrawal from Razor's Edge. I've essentially cut myself down to 1 to 2 hours a week worth work with them. My coding team lead is understanding of the situation, and several people have come to him. Several people, which means most people, have come to him to address that issue. Because it's not looking good for the for that dev team, because they're losing people, because the guy, the way he runs it is kind of just shady. Not necessarily shady. He FOMOs the shit out of you, and that's not fun. And then he wants more. He wants more people to do, to essentially wear multiple hats. So if you go in as an artist, you better start learning coding, because you're probably gonna also do some of that. You're gonna have to learn how to work in the engine as well. So, but yeah, which that's almost standard for the game development industry now. I hate having to take the rose-colored glasses off of people and say, okay, that in addition to making assets, you are going to have to work in the engine, and you may have to learn how to do some level of coding so you can test and make sure that what you're putting into the game looks and acts the way it's supposed to. You have to go. Be back in a little bit. Alrighty. I'll hope to see you back. I'm gonna have to take my pill soon. So yeah. Oh, and speaking of the pill and going back to the health thing, my coworker got me into using this neti pot thing. It's basically meant to drain your sinuses by flushing saline water through your nostril, and it comes out. And I'm like, the first time using it, I was like, oh shit. Oh, and fuck, did it burn a little bit. It was like, but I could breathe. I can fucking breathe. It was so good. And I don't find myself being knuckle deep for some reason, because I'm I'm that level of have one. They work really well, but they feel like shit to use. I didn't really think it was all that shitty to use. I mean, it's literally just stick the end in one nostril and then tilt your head to the side. I mean, if you don't mix the saline, like, so what I do is I'll pour the 240 milliliters into the pot, and then I'll dump the packet, and I'll put my thumb over the nozzle, and I'll shake it around a little bit to mix the saline in, and then I pour it into my nostril. If you just dump it and then just not do anything with it, yeah, you're gonna have moments where the solution's gonna just burn your nostril. Oh, and the first time I did that, it was, oh god, oh, my nose. But damn, I could breathe. So yeah, I basically use it morning and night. It's part of my routine. I'm not changing it. And frankly, even if I'm healthy, I'll probably continue to use it. So yeah, 10 out of 10. Walmart, 10 out of 10. Let's see. So yeah, aside from that, I started getting back into, finally started getting back into working out again. After being sick. I worked myself pretty hard today, which felt really good. Like, I felt like when you get that banger that comes out, you just like you went pretty hard, and then all of a sudden you get that banger that just comes on, and then you're like, damn, I gotta work through this one too. And you just fucking feeling it. Like, Industry Baby came on, and I'm like dun 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 dun, that, and just powering through, just yeah. As I'm no, what I do is I do resistance training, where I will carry weights while I'm walking at a fast pace, and I actually ended up turning up the speed into a light jog while curling 10-15 pounds in each arm. And I'm just doing that for a while really works your muscles, because it's not so much about how much weight, but it's the fact that your body is having to endure that amount of weight added for a significant period, and that's just as good. I'll actually start doing my sparring techniques while carrying the weights, and so you get resistance training that way as well. Sadly, I can't do any bag beating right now, because le pinky be broken, and you don't realize how useful your pinky is until you can't use your pinky. It really sucks. It's more useful than the fucking ring finger. The ring finger is enslaved to the pinky finger. That's hilarious and sad. Though there are some people who have the genes that have the ability to unlock the full range of their pinky finger. No, not pinky finger. The full range of their ring finger. And I have full articulating in full strength of it, which is crazy. But yeah. Yeah, so not a whole lot new has happened since last week, though. It's kind of sad, but this week for stream, I'm definitely going to be tackling Warframe because the Shadowgrapher dropped, and we got 3 new Kuva and 3 new Lich weapons. I'm gonna fucking get me that ghoul saw. Give me the fucking ghoul saw. I want it. I want it. And then yeah, there's Foley. So one day is gonna be about getting that ghoul saw. The other is gonna be getting that or trying to get at Foley. And then which people are gooning hard for Foley. Like she a dummy thick frame. Like she's a BBW, big beautiful woman. And they knew what they were doing. They knew what DE knew what they were doing when they cooked that up. Because when you start seeing people doing making paints, paint textures, or combinations that make that bitch just thicker than a Snicker. It's just damn. That's death by snoo snoo. That is death by snoo snoo. But yeah. So Warframe is going to be a thing for this week. I still want to get more people to play Nuclear Nightmare with the what's it called? The shape with the shapeshifter with the not shapeshifter. It's not shapeshifter. It's the imposter. And yes, they call it the imposter update. So you definitely will hear people who played who played what was it called? Why can't I remember? Excuse me. Anyways. Yeah, so I actually test out some of the mechanics and stuff with that. So when you're the creature, you have heat vision and all that stuff. You switch visions, and then you can transform at will to whoever is on your team, and then you can basically run up and assassinate them and turn them into a monster who will then turn around and chase their friends and try to kill them. Among Us, thank you. So yeah, there is now an imposter mode for Nuclear Nightmare, and I really want to play that. But the only way you could really play it is if you're playing with six people or more, which kind of sucks. And then you have to up the number of enemies because the alien or the imposter needs chaos for things to actually happen. Though I honestly don't think that that's the case, because unless you're dealing with some really like spooked out people who are like, oh, don't get close to me. Don't get close to me. Which if you end up breaking off into groups of 2 and stuff, then the creature can obviously take advantage of that as well. So but definitely need more people to actually play that. Like more than 4. Minimum 5. Optimal is 6. I really want to play that. Oh, excuse me. Yawn. So yeah, I can't wait. Can't wait to do some of that. And then, of course, obviously, War Robots out every Monday because that's easy. So, yep. Let's see. Can I just don't move that out of the way. But yeah. Oh, good lord. But yeah, this week has kicked my ass quite a bit. Because, like, the normal good boy in our classroom, not my kid, but, like, the other kid, the other good boy, quote unquote, was being really shitty this week. Because he's been super defiant lately. And I probably can guess is that the doctor switched his meds again. So that's really unfortunate that he can't that they can't seem to get him to stay on a medication and stuff. So yeah. But at the same time, we kind of have to treat him as if he already knows better, because he does already know better. But when he defies anyone and everyone and literally just, you know, tries to, he's actually started to swing back at people, and that's not okay. And we've had to restrain him a few times, and that's not fun to do either. So like drained. When meds are involved, everything goes out the window. Yeah, essentially. But the thing is, well, and I think the problem is that he is that since he's a kid who is like a high functioning autistic child, with like ADHD and shit, and he's, you know, he has to deal with all these different like chemicals flooding his body, and he, you know, and shit like that gets frustrating. Though he kind of just, for the most part, tends to just, you know, climb underneath tables and then just kick the chairs out and stuff, and then just, you know, use that as a sanctuary, which is not okay in a classroom. See. So how is everybody else doing? Oh, hold on. I need to get a drink. Where is a drink? Oh, it's all the way over there. So give me one moment, folks. Slump down into the bed. Sorry, I'm getting messages from Padre. Let's see, what does he say? What was he saying? Just considering a return visit to the clinic. Yeah. Oh, I didn't even, I bring the drink over and I don't bother to drink it. Like, ugh. Sorry. One of the things I need to do so the only thing that I have left to deal with as far as all the ick and stuff is probably this one gland right here. If you guys are wondering, so like right underneath my chin, you know, you go all the way back from the front of the chin to the jaw. There's this meaty section underneath, and that's one of your salivary glands. That essentially is swollen. It's the right one, and the pain extends all the way up into the tongue. So if I stick my tongue out, it hurts. So I may consider go to the clinic tomorrow, depending on when I get up. Either or I just power through it until the thing goes away, because it goes away on its own, but it doesn't. It takes like a couple weeks, because it's probably strep throat. That's probably what and like all of the ick and stuff was literally multiple things attacking me. Kid got pink eye. Probably got strep throat from the same kid. There's stuff going on through the schools, and then I had severe allergies. Dad had to buy this air purifier, which is really cool. And then I had to like completely disinfect my whole room. So yeah. I like this chill lo-fi music. I always like that a lot of these VRChat worlds have really nice. Oh, okay. So I've been sitting here cockeyed and stuff. There we go. Somebody could have told me I was all cockeyed and stuff. So like I was just off kilter, and I'm like off kilter, and like, oh, something's not right here. Why are you curved off to the side a little bit? But yeah. Let's see here. Checking for some stuff. Updated favorites. Ooh. Backrooms world got updated. A Backrooms world got updated, I should say. Speaking of Backrooms. Let's see if that one particular Backrooms world got updated. And I'm talking about the Backrooms remastered, like the VRChat Backrooms remaster. Ooh, the horror Backrooms. Watch, that one's probably gonna be absolutely stupid. Level 94, the Lost Complex, anti-gravity Backrooms, Backrooms VRC 2. VRC 3. Literally, thing that's the horror Backrooms, the thing that is literally just Backrooms. Can hold up to 80 people. You know what? We're gonna see it. Watch it be something. Watch it be dog water. Okay. Camera, why you no look at me? Okay. All right. Hunter room. Okay, flying's off. Okay. Oh, this is a party room. And there's hanging furries on the ceiling. Just hanging there. All bloodied up and stuff. Return light off. Return light on. Effect on halo hole colliders. Alright, let's see here. Teleport map room. Open flight. Okay. Then do I go over here to start? Oh shit. Oh shit, okay. Okay. I'm picking up what you're putting down here, game. Okay. Dark and spooky. Okay, we're trying to see if we can phase right through something. This hall is way too dark. Are we in the red rooms? Oh shit, we are in the red rooms. And there's a corpse hanging from the ceiling. Here, let me see if I can, like... come on, controller, actually work. Alright, so if I... See, there's a body hanging right over there. Body. There's a body over there. And then there's a body right there. Oh, okay, so you're looking at my left side. Try to gently, slowly walk across this. Was there a reason for me to come over here? Let's see here. Okay, so this, so this is basically a party game where some people can be monsters and then other people are just survivors. Huh? Huh? Uh-oh. Oh, that's cool. Every time you hop through, you get a different location. Alright. Yeah, but aside from that, there's not really much going on here. Plus, I need to get like some kind of like light emitting system for this Avi because I can't see shit, and that means you guys probably can't see shit either. So, all right. Back rooms. All right. Where are we essentially going this time? That's right. I'm trying to remember. That one Backrooms game, or Backrooms World. Backrooms Your World, no. Backrooms. French Backrooms. I'm sorry, but me no speaky Frenchy. Liminal Hell. Ooh. This looks sinister. Oh, geez. I guess you guys get to have some cake too. Alright, we're kind of okay with that. Let's see. This game contains loud noises, jump scares, chase, and a lot of phobias. Please proceed at your own risk. Alright, that's fine. Oh, I think I've been here. Start game, admin room. Art and photos. Oh, fuck. Okay. Why did that click here for checkpoint. Alright, find the key and the exit. Okay. Let's see. Another famous area. Okay, I think I know this one. I don't recall there being any entities until you get to the red rooms. Question is how do you get to the red rooms? Oh! Oh! This is the, Nilla room. Cool. Oh, Nilla rooms brought me to the red rooms. Jump in. Yep, I know this world. You see, there's an actual smiler. Yep, I can hear them. Part of me's like wanting to follow the creature. That's an exit. That's not an exit. Let's see. Nothing's coming after. Okay. Hi, Smiler. Are you actually gonna home in on me? No, I don't think there's Smiler. Oh. Um. 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 Okay. Yeah, we're just gonna bring this back around here. It's spooky until you realize that the entity do not follow. It doesn't hunt you down. It kind of just exists. Updated favorites. Let's see. Did I see recently visited? No. There's nucleus. Organism. You know what? Let's go through organism. I don't think I've gone through organism in this on stream before. So organism is an interesting world in VRChat. It's hella liminal. It takes place, I think it's made by some Russian dude, and I believe it takes place in like some place in Russia. But it's more like a walkthrough through somebody's life. At least to an extent of my understanding. There we are. I'm gonna be wanting to switch back and forth between the changing perspectives and stuff. So like, see, we start here and we're already seeing liminal shit. But like, we are what looks like a Soviet bloc style buildings and structures, and it's in everything's in Russian. Excuse me. So I have no idea what this place is. Oh, look at that. You know what? I'm now curious. Can I actually reach that down there? Avatars. No, avatars. Alright. Little crab. I shall partake of your abilities of being tiny and adorable. Oh, I can't go further. Damn. Oh, how small am I? Yeah, I'm a tiny crab. Yeah. 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 I know there's a way up here, and then there's also another way. There's also another way through some of the other stuff. So here, let me first go back into being Lumina. How's that one? All right. So we can't go down that hallway. Now we can go down this way. This leads us to a giant room with a bunch of mailboxes. Now, which I have no idea where they take us. And there's like multiple routes, and so this is just one of many. Because this world's so expansive. So we go all the way to the top here. We go across here. And this is left open with a giant box and... Oh! Oh! There's a hole right there that we're supposed to fall through. Well, then we come through here and we're basically in like a elevator walkway kind of thing. And it's very liminal looking. Where does the hole take us? Takes us back to the bottom floor. And if we go this way, we go down here, through here. I do believe we can go through here, and this takes us all the way to here. Now, this totally isn't foreboding scenery at all. Let's see. Excuse me. You guys prefer the left side or right side? I don't know. But yeah. So yeah. I don't want to be flying around. But yeah, we got a white bed, neatly folded and set up. We got a coat and a jacket, and this seems to be a very common thing that happens or shows up in here. A very dignified coat and jacket. And you have a bunch of empty chairs, and then a bed. And there's a lot of this. There's a lot of like death, or like alluding to death in this world for some reason. And I think it's probably because it's a part of life. And this is just a liminal bathroom with a wall of water. And then we come through this way. There's this lone desk. Just sitting here in the middle. And that's also the other thing about this. There's a lot of things that do a lot of suggesting that we toil away for no reason, and it's there's a lot of somber elements to this. We're gonna go back this way because there's also one other section that we have not looked at, and we have to go back through this way to go see it. So if we go this way, and then we got... So this is where the other place that we were, and we could try to climb this stuff, but we can't really get very high or very far. And so we're kind of supposed to go through this elevator right here. Which then brings us up here, and we can just climb this. And this and the other direction we went both lead to the same place. So right up here, for example, we are in what essentially feels like a nuclear silo a nuclear silo stack. And then this is another motif here. Some chairs next to a window with this coffee pot. Or it's either coffee or or something, I don't know, but like they use it like it's an ashtray, I believe. Yeah, they use it as an ashtray. Here we go. And then if we just jump down and we go right back to that other place that we were at, and then we would climb up these stairs, and this is how we would get to our next destination. As you can probably tell, I've been through here before, and I feel like this is probably one of the most beautiful maps in all of VRChat. The story, there's definitely a story behind this. I have to do a little bit of research, but it's supposed to, it feels like walking through somebody's life. And he's got these weird ass looking chairs and stuff. Tubes and random stuff in the hallways. Train tracks randomly. Look, this is a fucking train right here. This is a fucking train. And we go through here. And there's also another, this is another way up here. There's another way up here. So if I jump down here, this is just one of the few ways to get up there. And there's like giant light bulbs and stuff. But yeah, we're supposed to go through there. So, but let's look around a little bit more. And this whole area has like a theme, has like a really cold theme to it. Like, are these Apartments? Are these psych wards? Are they solitary confinement? What is this? We climb back up where we came from. Somebody's partying, so these got to be dormitories or living places. And they're supposed to get jump scared by that train. And then we come through here. And we make it to the next place. And so these numbers here are supposed to represent time periods, and then also they're like ways to teleport to sections of this map by typing in this code here. So 1952. So this was 1952 in Soviet Russia, and then of course there's obvious liminal stuff in here. So if you look through my eyes, it goes all the way up there. I only have one avatar, I think, that can actually fly around and stuff, but I've actually like traversed all up and down this whole map area to like find secrets and stuff. If you come up all the way up here, I do believe this is one way you can get. Either this is one way you get across, or this leads to a dead end, but like there is a really nice little cool hangout place up here. And then I believe there was something about this. Now see, these are power lines, and this is a fucking train being warped around the whole area. Like this is a train being warped. And then we come in here. This is supposed to be a nice, cool little hangout place. With some booze and a chair or a couch, and you can just kind of chill here. See, more desks, more chairs. So there's a repeating theme. I'm not versed enough wordage wise to be able to string together what my thoughts are, but like it seems like there's an obvious undertone to this. I would have to look up what this world was about. Now we could go this way and try to, navigate through that, or we could just walk across this. Take the easy way. Whee! Break my legs. But yeah. This is a train station. Over here is a train station. You'll see there's train cars and stuff, and there's toilets and stuff. So they're going somewhere. And then there's this thing over here. All right. It's a lot, again, a lot of atmosphere. Train tracks. It's a crater. Train tracks are all warped. The bridge is all like mangled up. There's a hole I could literally fall through. And come through here. See, more desks. Marble. Lots of marble and granite. Okay. I don't know why I just did that. Kind of just zonked out for a moment. Forget which way we go. It's gotta be this way. But as I pointed out earlier about the coat and hat, and we got another coat and hat right here. It's crazy. Something's going on with the eye. The eyes really need. I really need to get the eyes brightened up, so that way there's more life in the eyes. Cause, like, these eyes should be nice. It should be a lot brighter. Cause I can barely see what my eyes are doing or seeing or responding to. Cause, yeah. So this looks like a. What is this? Okay. Okay. So over here we have 3 desks, 3 lone desks with a ventilation shaft just hanging over them. And then all the way over here is what? A white light. Good Lord. Oh, that's an event. I do believe the person goes back to school, I think. I'm not sure. I don't know why. But then we come back through here. You get the electrical stuff and what? And yeah. I do believe we go this way. Oh, whoa! Oh, we're in one of the trains. The year is 2002. So we got old real quick. That's over 50 years. So we gotta get up there. And then there's this. This fucking Rubik's Cube looking thing. Oh, okay. I remember where we are and what we're doing. Okay, we're gonna go this way. The reason why we're gonna go this way is because and this dark and foreboding section here has somewhat of a light side to it as well. Alright, so at a certain point, we should start seeing I should start being able to run really fast. Oh, there we are. And then we can also jump really far. And there's something all the way down here. All right. You come down to this area where we have a bunch of umbrellas or something, and these resemble mushrooms. And then there's this, and if we walk through here, teleport all the way back to here. Alright. So we keep going, and we keep going, all the way to this next place. This is another one of those moments where I gotta do POV. So we came from here. See, another train thing. That's because Russia's got extensive train networks. We come all the way down here. Oh. And now we come to this part. And this screams Metro. Okay. Now we made it to here. What is here is I don't know. I think it's like some kind of like power facility or something. Because as we get higher, you'll see, like... Oh, we're still in this area. Ooh. VRChat's making me a little lightheaded. I'm trying to power through this because this world is really interesting. Let's see. Oh, okay, I see. We're in a library. And that chair up there. See, I did it again. Started zoning out. Let's try to get through. Let's try to get through this real quick. Now it's obviously they're showing it's either winter or it's raining. There's a bunch of really tall chairs. There's this thing over here. There's a bunch of chairs and one tiny chair here. So somebody was studying really, really hard. And then if we go over to here, to this all right. I can't do this anymore. I need to take a either take a break or just call it here. I am going to be going to some VRChat parties after this. So, yeah. But I'm like slinky neck in here. So, I'm thinking see, fucking did it again. And this is a bunch of art and stuff here. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and change worlds. Oh, wait. Oh, oh, this is a this world. Yeah, this is a public instance. Nope, we're gonna make this a private instance. I don't know why that did that. Weird. Just shows you how zonked out I am. Alright. So, I'm gonna have to cut the stream a little short here. Because I'm feeling myself physically drained. And I need to, give myself a few minutes and stuff before I start jumping on and seeing all my friends in VRChat. So I really appreciate it. Really appreciate you guys coming and hanging out with me for this time, and and chatting and stuff. If you like what you see and want to show your support, please take a look at the About section of the stream. It'd be nice if I could get a little bit of help with finishing off the last stretch of my debt. A few bucks here or there, nothing special. Not looking for anything particularly big. But yeah, if you like what you see, show your support. Take a look at the About section. Oh, and tomorrow, Warframe, and then after, do some joystick stuff. So if you're part of the 18 plus crew, feel free to look forward to that. I'll be making a announcement in the NSFW stream promos in my server tomorrow when that happens. So yeah, hope to look forward to that too. Looks like we got 2 people here. Don't really have enough people to start raiding people. So I'm gonna go ahead and we're just gonna call it there for the night. So yeah, you guys have a wonderful night, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.